Okay. I feel like we're in the cab.
Do you remember when you first met?
Yes, in my audition.
Yep.
And we did the scene and it went really well. Can I? No, I'm done. and
And
yeah,
hugged.
and we hugged, didn't we?
We hugged.
We hugged at the end. Not very professional on my part, but I felt like I knew you really well already. And then I hugged everyone else so they didn't feel awkward.
And you were the last one, weren't you?
I was the last one, very late at night, and I turned up, and yeah, just hugged everybody. I think that's what swung it my way.
The rest is history.
I'm like, it's okay. Don't care.
They're great.
Are they alright?
Yeah, they're nice. Carl and Polly are perhaps two people that think they're very different, but ultimately aren't that different. They've both come from something that they're trying to put behind them and move forward in their lives, and they've met each other at the right time, I think. And I think Carl initially is a lot more attracted to Polly than Polly is to Carl. But
I think she plays her cards close to her chest, and you're more of an open book.
there we go.
I reckon. I think they're soulmates. Yeah, well, I told them this on the meeting on the 3rd. Yeah. No, sure, I've got it. Yeah, I can fax it. Yeah, do you want me to fax it? Yeah. It's the 21st century, but of course I can fax it. What? No. Right. Well, if you let him know that I will be... I think that
as soon as possible.
like most love stories, it takes them a while to properly find that out.
And that initial love at first sight feeling that Carl experiences with Polly is quite unique, isn't it? Would you fancy it? I don't know.
Would we talk about something other than planning, permission and fate?
Unless you bring it up.
And how do you identify with the character of Carl?
With Polly,
Is it the washed up, kind of
yeah.
lonely?
Well, I think the thing I identified most with
Single.
it was none of those things, but the in all seriousness, the small town fever. They're coming from a small town up north where opportunity is limited, and you soon feel the need to get out if you want to move on.
It's like kind of a metaphor for acting as well. Because I'm from a smallish town as well, from the north.
Blackpool.
From Blackpool.
Yeah.
And I think most actors move to London.
There's only so much rock you can eat. Is that
There's
right?
only so much rock you can eat for a start, but most actors do move down to London because there's very limited opportunities up north in general for actors, and much like the superheroes, they find themselves stuck in a town where they're a bit past it and they need to move to somewhere where there's more opportunity. So I certainly identify with that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Do you find yourself, consider yourself a washed up actor moving to London to make it big?
Absolutely.
Well, I do. Yeah. What first attracted me to the script was the comedy in it.
Right.
I'm a big fan of very dry, naturalistic humour. Things like The US Office is my favourite comedy.
Yeah.
And it's that kind of idea that the characters are very natural and very believable. And even though they are superheroes, you don't even question that for a second. You absolutely believe that they're just normal people living in a normal world. And I fell in love with them, really.
Jesus Christ, Stephen, will you shut that door? Oh, you've been eating.
And what do you love most about playing Polly?
Trying to keep a straight face for most of the time because I think she's not particularly amused. To begin with, she doesn't find Carl, but she tries to stop herself from laughing at everything that Carl does.
Yeah.
And that was a real challenge for me, both as a character and an actress, because you have a tendency to mess about.
Nicola has a tendency to, especially at the most intimate moments, do the most inappropriate thing, whether that's click every bone in her body.
It happens.
Yeah.
As the time's gone by, it's become more of a passion project.
Oh, so exact words I was going to use.
Was it? Yeah. Than anything, because you become so invested in something that's... We've been allowed to bring our own personalities into this very much, and have had a certain amount of creative, not control, but creative input.
Yeah, and I think, like you say, a passion project, you fall in love with the project
Yeah.
and the characters, and so you want to see that through. So from an initial idea right to the end.
Yeah. It feels like a part of... Very few times as an actor do you get to have an input into your character and maybe how they dress or how they interact with the other characters.
Yeah.
So you feel a lot more attached to it.
And I think for a lot of people involved in the film, that passion project, everybody's friends, the crew, the cast. It's no choice. I mean, if they're not friends, then why are they doing it? So everybody was working. Yeah, everybody working together to achieve the same thing, and that's quite unique.
Why should superheroes be from New York all the time? Why can't they be from Accrington, trying to make it big in London?
Agreed.
Yeah. How long did it take to get your makeup done?
That's the most staged question you've ever... Try again.
I meant this makeup, that's what I meant. How long did it take for you to get into your superhero makeup?
Well, the makeup, if you don't include shaving the hair off, which becomes a regular occurrence, it's safe to say my DNA is in most areas of London right now, whether it's sushi restaurants, hotels, gardens, basements, that sort of thing. But about, at the best, 2.5 hours if there's 4 people working on it. At the worst, yeah, at the worst 4 hours if poor Curly's doing it on her own. Yeah. But it's amazing. It's quite the transformation. It looks really bad at the start. So if Simon walks in or anybody else comes in, I've just sort of got these blue marks on my head. It's always a bit like, oh, we need to speed up. But then sort of all comes together at the end. It looks quite metallic.
And did they have to paint the muscles on?
Initially, Nicola, in the short, they did have to paint the muscles on. Yeah. But thanks to 18 months in the gym and some serious protein, less muscle painting.
We all get a bit untidy enough from time to time. You know, especially with everything that you've been through.
Well, I've been thinking about it and I've decided I'm going to leave Accrington.
You're going to leave? You?
Well, you know, consider it.
This is priceless.
Decided to go to London.
London?
Yeah.
You?
Would you fancy it? I don't know.
Would we talk about something other than planning permission and fate?
You're looking sharp, Carl. On a promise.
No.
You better be hungry, babes.
Starving.
Don't get any ideas in your head like last time, so I'll tell you something now, Denise.
I'll kick your fucking face off.
You're like a walking advert for not judging a book by its cover and all the crap written on the back.
For fuck's sake, don't let them follow you.
The truth is, Paul, is that I'm a...
Can't go driving around in this.
Why not?
You look a right swat.